Hey guys, welcome to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to start a new series because if you subscribe to one of our channels, you'll know that we just had an interview with Dr. Gabrielle Fondero talking about the gut microbiome, why this is important, especially for competitors who seem to always get into GI issues and distress. So we're going to do a little series to tack on the back of that called The Science of a Good Shit, or something like that. Maybe we'll decide to title that differently when we're done. But Adam, you have a lot of clients who end up with these issues, as do a lot of people. And you're fortunate, I think, that you're tied to our company. And so you have people like me and Dr. Jennifer Souders, our medical director, you can lean on and say, hey, this person's having these issues, is something we should look at. But would you agree that there seems to be kind of a high prevalence and it almost seems to be growing?
Yeah, this is great we're doing this episode because I can link this to a lot of my clients. Just the other day, I had a client reach out and say, can you link me to a nutritionist to help me with my digestion? And when people hire us as coaches, what a better time to be linked with you and Dr. Jennifer and our RDs on staff. I tell my clients, look no further. We have all the support you need right here. And we help clients work through these issues very often.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, we definitely want to do this series talking about what this can lead to in terms of chronic pathologies and why this is so important. But we as competitors get into this because we monkey around with our food so much, and we're constantly doing things to extremes, something like a ketogenic diet or an entirely raw macrobiotic diet, or just pouring all kinds of supplements down our throats. And a lot of people think, well, I'm doing things that are healthy, this should be good. And oftentimes that's exactly why these problems occur. And so we're gonna frame this whole discussion out going through some of those issues, GI distress, from the most benign to the most serious, and really go through exactly what you said, Adam, which is how to play a little bit of GI CSI and figure out what's happening and what you can do that may just be some simple food choices. And that's I'll put you on the spot here right now. Whenever you hook me in with a client and say, hey Joe, what do you think's going on, can you look at this for us, what's the first thing I ask for?
Yeah, always a food log, and that's usually why I have them prepared for in the first place.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it always does just come down to the actual individual foods that we consume. And I did, when I was talking to Dr. Fondero, this isn't something I necessarily talk about a lot, but one of the reasons I got interested in this, and my first doctoral dissertation was on the nutritional management of inflammatory bowel disease, because when I was a young competitor, 24 years old, because of the foods I was eating and the extremes I was taking myself through as a competitor, I ended up with a pretty severe case of ulcerative colitis. And I had to learn through nutrition how to manage that and get myself out of that condition, because that can lead to, literally a death sentence and just a lifelong battle with all kinds of dysfunction. And those are the extreme end game results of poor management that I want to save people from. I mean, this is why it's really something that I look for in my own clients as they describe symptoms. And hey, Joe, I've been having all this pain or distension or this and that. I don't just say, oh, it'll go away. I immediately say, let's look into this, because it can really be that serious.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have clients that you think just kind of hide this a little bit, and they say, well, I don't want to bring this up. It's kind of, the whole TMI thing, and it's gross, and I just want it to go away?
Yeah, what's funny? I think guys hide it more than women do, actually. And I think it's more relevantly a case for women typically. But when guys have that issue, they usually won't say something until I say, why is your weight like 3 or 4 pounds heavier at the tail end of the week? And you usually know, because then you see where they finally get some relief and they're back down. And you almost have to bring it up if you can notice that from their weekly summaries that they're sending in.
Yeah, I'm just so happy when somebody says, hey, I don't know if you need to know this, but, and then they just kind of, spell it out, because it is important. It's an important part of our health. And most of the time it's just 100% resolvable. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to roll right into the first set of considerations and symptoms when we come back in episode 2.